Door open, girl. I'ma leave the door open. That jump be jamming. Hey man, what are the NBA highlight pages without LaMelo and LeBron?
That's wild, right?
Man. Yo.
What it do?
Good morning. Another great day to be alive. Thursday,
time.
March 25th, Man to Man Pod. We back with our Thursday morning stream. How y'all doing out there, man?
What it do? How y'all? What's up?
One half of the Man to Man Pod, Darius Butler. Got my co-host, Antoine Bethea.
What it do?
What's good, man? What's good? What's you been checking out any of these pro days, man?
Yeah, man. I've been tapping in, seeing what these young boys doing. I know one thing, they flying out there.
Hey, man. I saw some hate on my Twitter timeline for some NFL vets, Will Blackman. Some of these times looking suspicious.
Hey, these young cats, they built different, man. They built different. A lot of these cats got a lot of track background, and you know, they just training differently than what we were. You know I didn't really tap into training until I got serious with it in college.
Oh yeah, facts.
Got serious with it. So you know, these young guys, they've been doing this since middle school, high school. You know what I mean?
Specialized training too.
Specialized training, exactly. So now I'm definitely loving it. You know, seeing these numbers, man. These vert jumps, jumping out the gym. 38s, 39s, 40s, 40. I think somebody jumped up like a 43.
I know JC Horn went 41 and a half.
Yeah, man. So
yeah.
It's a lot of good stuff that I'm seeing, man. How was your you went to the combine?
Yep.
And you had your pro day.
Yeah, the combine, man, that was one of them things that you know, obviously, you know, that's part of the process. And, you know, wanting to go pro, obviously, my whole life. But as it got closer and got more real, you got that combine invite. You know, that was a big deal. And then, you know, getting to Indy. And then it's like, damn, you know, all the training, all the preparation that go into it. And then you get there and it's kind of a drawn out process. You know, it's not exactly what you think, but, you know, it's a lot of, you know, medical and meetings and all that stuff. But when you finally get to that last day when you actually got to perform, man, it was fun, man. You see all the guys around the country that you've been watching, you've been hearing about. But, you know, back then we didn't have all the highlight pages. We didn't have a bunch of social media where we were, you know, me and Vontae, me and Malcolm Jenkins, me and Alfonso Smith, we didn't have those type of relationships. We were talking to each other. So it was a lot of passive aggressiveness. We see each other out. Yeah, good job, man. Good job.
Yeah.
Cool, but you kind of sizing them up. But it was fun, man. It was fun. I put on, you know, I hit a lot of the numbers that I expected. You know, I had a good 40 time, but wasn't the number. I ran 4.41, had a 43 on the vert, 11.2 on the broad. So I put up good number, had good, you know, workout stuff, you know, dropped maybe one ball I was pissed about. But other than that, man, I was very happy with my combine. No bench. Passed on the bench. The strength coach, you remember the strength coach that was there too? I forget his name, but he kind of called everybody.
I think when he had Cleveland, he was a Cleveland.
Arizona.
I think for us it was Cleveland. I think
okay.
He was Cleveland.
I want to say
I'm not mistaken. I don't know.
He was from Arizona, but I remember him bringing everybody up. You know how they bring us up in the huddle. Yeah, it was like you know, anybody not going to do, you know, any of the exercise for whatever reason. So I raised my hand. I'm not going to do the bench. So he kind of looked at his list and saw it wasn't an injury. So he was like, you know what, you know, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do it on my pro day. You know, I'm gonna focus on. He was like, all right, well, get up there and tell all the GMs and all the coaches that's here to see you that you're not gonna do. Like, yeah, well, I'm not going. So that was a moment, but it was fun, man. Overall, what about your experience, man? Indy.
Man, it was like you said, man, a hell of an experience. You know, coming from smaller college, HBCU, I think it was one of them things where I could really, like you say, size the other guys up and really align myself with these guys that I've been seeing and been, names have been out there. At that time, it was Jason Allen from Tennessee, Dante Whitner. It was the Bullock brother, one of the Bullock brothers. So for me, it was one of them things like, man, just be on this stage with these guys so I can just show what I can do.
Mm-hmm.
And again, man, when the lights turned on, man, I was like, shit, I'm gonna go get it. So, I was about to pull the same thing. I ran my first 40. I went back to my bag, and I knew my homeboys was watching. I'm like, yo, what that time came up on the screen say?
And a lot of people don't know that. We at that point, at least, we didn't have wasn't a lot of information out. Nobody was telling you the time, and they don't come up on the scoreboard or nothing like that
at all. So I went back to the bag, and I think it was like a low 4.4. So I was about to. I'm thinking like I might run like a high 4.4, low 4.5. Shit, I seen that. I'm like, man, it might be a wrap for the kid. But again, me being on that stage, I'm like, nah, I need to do everything. And then my second one, I ran a 4.39. So I'm good money. So
yeah. And
then from there, man, bench. I did 19 on the bench, 36 on the vert.
Okay, so it was good.
Yeah. I think 10-7 on broad jump. So I was like, I put out a good showing. I think I dropped like one ball.
Mm-hmm.
I got back on that plane, man. I was happy. I thought I made myself a little bit of bread.
Yeah. So, what did you do? So obviously with that great performance at the combine, which obviously every team is represented. All the decision makers are there. You go back to your pro day. Like, what did you do? Didn't do? What was your pro day experience like?
Man, so my pro day experience, it was so crazy. Just the start of it, right? So I was starting to get some more buzz. So obviously, we had some seniors that wanted to work, and then we had other small schools around the area where my strength coach told other schools that if y'all have seniors, y'all can come to the pro day. So you think about Georgetown, you thinking about like Bowie State and other schools. So they get the word, so they coming up, and we in our little football office, and guys are coming in. And at the time, my head coach, Coach Petty, was like, man, who the fuck are all these people? Like, strength coach saying communicate. And he was like, nah, this for my players. He was like, I'm sorry y'all drove all the way up here, but
damn.
It's only gonna be Howard players here. You know what I'm saying? And me, I'm on the field, I'm warming up, stretching, like, damn, that's wild. That's cool. But I didn't do I didn't do a 40, I didn't do any of the the testing. I just did strictly my position drills, and that was they killed me. I was the only DB.
What you remember what team, what coach was running you?
I want to say Cleveland. I forgot who the DB coach was at the time. I want to say Roy was there. So I think it was like 6 or 7 teams that was there. 6 or 7 teams that was there, and like I said, they dogged me. But I was like, shit, man, it's about 30 minutes. I think I could rock with that.
Yeah.
And then from there, man, it was all love. It was all love.
Yeah.
How about you? How was yours?
Nah, that pro day experience. So my year, that was probably the biggest year in the draft for UConn, especially at that time. We've had a bunch of prospects come out since, but obviously the year before, we had Tavon go. Tavon went like the first pick in the 4th round. We had Dan and Alfred and some other guys go, but that year we had 4 guys that were slated to go in the first 2 rounds. It was Donald Brown, who ended up going in the first round to you guys, the Colts. Yep. I went in the 2nd round. Will Beatty went in the 2nd round. Then we had Cody Brown go in the 2nd round. So we had, for the first time in UConn, we had probably every team there represented. Belichick came, and he didn't do a bunch of pro days at that time. And he was the guy who actually ran the majority of my workout. So, and the same thing, him and matter of fact, Nick Casario, the GM down in Houston now. He was doing a lot of the throwing and stuff. But same thing, man. That's part of the pro day. They trying to They trying to push you. They trying to see how you go when you're tired.
Yeah, see how far you can go.
Exactly. So so it was a grind. And I actually worked out. Some teams wanted me to work out as a receiver because I played receiver. I played both ways. So I did a DB workout, then I did a receiver workout, and that's how I finessed myself out of bench pressing again. I'm like, yo, I did everything over again too. I did my 40 again. Well, not everything. I didn't do vert and broad, but yeah, my 40 again because I had ran a good time, but I wanted to get in the 4.3s. Like that was all. That was a big thing to me. I wanted to get the 4.3s, so I ran my 40 again. You know, I felt like I had an outstanding pro day, and I remember actually Belichick after the pro day, he had said like it was, you know, that's when your parents keep all the clippings and everything, but he had actually said like this is the best DB workout he had seen in a pro day. So that obviously meant a lot. They ended up taking me in the second round. But that pro day experience was dope, man. Just all your college homeboys there to watch you. You know, the young boys get that experience and see like, you know, they old head going through it.
No doubt.
Yeah, and like I said, we was kind of putting UConn on the map. So it was a lot. So for them to see, you know, Bill Belichick and all these different coaches and GMs in the building, NFL Network, like that was super super dope moment. But it was fun, man. That pro day, once again, just a great experience, part of the process. And for these kids, obviously they're missing out on the combine, which I hate for them. But, you know, a lot of them are still getting the pro days. You know, you still get with TV and social media and stuff right now. You know, Brandon Marshall did a dope thing, putting on his combine down at the House Athlete.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man, it's dope to see these guys get on that stage and show up. I love to see guys when the moment lights are bright, everybody looking at you, and you show up, man. It's nothing like that.
Nah, I mean, like you said, man, that's the biggest thing. Like when the lights are on you, all eyes on you, like – how is this player going to react? You know what I mean? Are they going to show up? And I think this is one of the first times in the NFL arena where you really get that. And I think that's what the combine was. You know what I mean? So again, man, a beautiful time. And like you said, being able to get the young boys to see what's out there for them. And you know, I had a great experience.
Yeah. Now, what do you think? This is a good question. We already getting good questions. Rusty Blumpkins. Let's see what the Go Pack go. Who's the most gifted athlete you've ever played with at any level?
Tracy White. Tracy White. He played 10 years in the league. Linebacker. He played at Howard, man. And my freshman year, he was a senior. And that's all I heard about coming on the campus. Like, you know, this Tracy White, you know, he's unbelievable doing things that, you know, if he was at Miami or Florida State, he would have been top 5 pick, no question.
Wow.
Like he was about 6'3", 245 pounds, ran a 4.3 40, bench out of the
Did he jump something crazy too?
Jumped something crazy and went undrafted. Went undrafted, right? So that was my first time. I'm like, well, damn, if he was I want to say he was a 4-time all-conference player, all-American. So in my eyes, and when I seen him play my freshman year, he was doing some crazy stuff. Like I remember one play we played with Bethune-Cookman. He blitzed. He missed the tackle, running back, took off down the field. He gets up and go make the play down the field. So I'm like, bro, like I don't care like what level of football you on. Like when you doing stuff like that, like you different. You know what I mean? So he was just gifted, man, flying around. And
did you go to the combine?
No, he didn't. I don't know. He didn't. He didn't get the invite. So for me, that was like my first time. Like, yo, it's gonna be tough, just because I'm looking at Tracy White, and I'm seeing that everything that he's done his 4 years here. He still didn't get an invite. He still went undrafted. You know what I mean? Even though he got the opportunity, but I would say Tracy White, man. I'm not gonna say by far, but Tracy White is the first name that comes to mind.
Yeah, because I feel like I saw his vertical number somewhere, and you say he had to go to the combine. So because I was looking up, I was trying to see, who had the highest verts and the broad jumps and all these 40s, and I for some reason I remember that's why I said linebacker, because I remember seeing the number like a linebacker.
Yeah. Bro, that shit was crazy.
Yeah, man. But mine would be probably, I think, early college. I'm trying to think if it's anybody put over Randy Moss, but that was it. Even at that age, when I got to the league in 2009, just the stuff he would do, like, seeing somebody that long pause, running like he did and just move, the stuff he would do catching the ball, like, it was to see it firsthand in practice. And the Reggie Waynes and the Marvs and these guys do some incredible things on game day. But when you got the opportunity to practice with these dudes day in and day out, 9 times out of 10, you've seen way more impressive things on a Wednesday, Thursday practice. So Randy Moss, got to go with Randolph, man, with that. But
and then it's another guy, Brandon Lloyd. Brandon Lloyd
was stupid athletic.
Brandon Lloyd was stupid athletic. We used to train together in AZ, man, and we played 1 year together in San Fran, and like just the way he can run, jump, like it was. If you
go look up like Brandon Lloyd top 10 catches, like it's hard. It'll be hard to put it up against anybody else's and be like,
no question,
for sure,
no question, man,
for sure. But yeah, man, shout out these guys. The guys that stood out for me, and I saw somebody put some crazy numbers in here.
Oh, the lineman,
Jason Oweh. So
at 257, he got to be like a D lineman or something.
257, 11-2 broad jump, 39. That was what I did. 39.5 vert at 257.
And then I've been seeing a lot of on Twitter yesterday. It was like, yo, why do they have them doing the vertical and the broad jump? Like, nobody's gonna jump straight in the air. But what it tests for is the explosiveness.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So like, how explosive is this player? Like from getting to point A to point B or whatever, and that explosiveness that can come, for a lot of different positions for different things. I just think about as far as like a DB, when you playing and driving and you being able to get out that drive, even tackling. You know what I mean? Like you got to be an explosive tackler. So obviously, vertical, you're a broad jump. You're not going to broad jump in the game, but it's testing different things. So,
I mean, I think it's important. I think those numbers translate a lot. I wouldn't say more than a 40, but pretty damn close. Like you said, that explosiveness and to cats out there training, I always tell people, man, like working on your plyometrics. Like the faster you hit that ground, you can get off. Like that translate across the board as far as running, being faster, being more explosive, being able to jump. But yeah, those are definitely important. Now, there are a lot of typically, honestly, the guys that put up the best numbers, like the all-time great. A lot of times, those guys aren't the best football players. A lot of times.
There's some gym rats.
Yeah, it's some gym rats. It's a lot of players I came across, that look like Hercules, play like Jane. As an old saying, we always heard coaches say, and for some reason it translates. So, but you definitely had those, like a Myles Garrett type guys. You had a freak athletes that come along that that translates to the field. But a lot of times, the guy that has all the weight room records, he probably don't have a lot of the other records. So that somebody's put in here competitive speed, and I definitely believe that's a real thing. There's a lot of guys who will be 4.5s, 4.6s even, but they play a lot faster. Don't get tired. Go run cats down, just got that effort. So that's definitely a thing, man.
No, for sure.
But yeah, man, what else we got, bro?
Man, we got a question of Van. Shout out Van, man. What it do?
Yes,
do NFL players like to restructure their contracts? I mean, a restructure is not necessarily a bad thing. You know what I mean? So it could be different restructure where you could be getting paid a lot of money on your base salary, whereas restructure could be like, you know what, we're gonna take some of this money from your base salary and we're gonna put that towards a signing bonus. So it just depends on what it is, and then obviously as a player, you got to know the business. So if the team is asking you to restructure, it's either okay, well, you either gonna restructure or guess what, we gonna get you up out of here, or we gonna
that was Marcus Mariota's situation where they asked him to take a pay cut, which is obviously restructure too. But
so I mean, at the end of the day, it's different scenarios to restructure the contract, and that's where the player, the agent, and the team, they try to come to a happy medium where both sides will be happy. So
yeah, like you said, not always a bad thing. Sometimes that's get lumped up into a signing bonus. Sometimes you've seen some. I mean, we saw the Saints. They were however many million over the cap, and now they're cap compliant. Now, which was 3 weeks later, and then you see another team like the Bears, who the quarterback's not getting paid crazy. You got Allen Robinson, but it's not a bunch of guys on the offense getting paid like that, and then they got to cut their best DB, their best cornerback, because he's a cap casualty. So it's different magicians in these buildings who know how to finesse that cap and know how to manipulate it the right way. But restructure definitely not was a bad thing. We also saw Tyreek Hill. They came to him and asked him about restructuring, and he was like, "Nah, when I'm signed, I'm signed. Like, you gotta respect that too, especially when you Tyreek Hill."
Tyreek Hill. So what you gonna do? You can put him in the chopping block? For sure. If that's the case, he might get more going somewhere else. So again, man, it's business decisions.
Yeah, business decisions, but it's different. It's different for everybody. Before we move on to this pre-draft stuff, shout out to Tone, shout out to Off the Rails. You got any weird questions that you can remember?
I didn't.
At the Combine or Pro Day?
Nah, I didn't, man. It was strictly ball. And I was fortunate for that. It was strictly ball, none crazy. So yeah, it was all business.
It was pretty straightforward. I mean, I got some not like weird, like the stuff we've heard, like I done heard some crazy stuff. But I would say one that just jumps out was like a coach asked me, what if I could be any animal in the world, like what animal would I be? Or if I died and came back as an animal, like what animal would I come back as, or some shit like that. I don't even remember what animal I said, but that was probably
right now. While we on it right now, if you could be an animal, what would it be?
If I could be any animal right now, if I had to be reincarnated, I would come back as a wolf. I'll come back as a wolf, man. I like how wolves move. Strength of the wolf is in the pack. Strength of the pack is in the wolf. I believe in that. Not only in football or sports, but in life, man. You need a good circle, Ray, good crew playing their part. So, wolf pack, man. I'll be a wolf. What about you?
A lion. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a lion. I'm a Leo already. You know what I mean? So we the king. We gonna stroll. And we going, just that they got that swag, like yo. You know what I mean? Like don't go over there. And then they and when you see lions, you don't see too many of them together. So again, you get your 2, your 3, your cats, and y'all roll out. You know what I mean? But I think it would be a lion for me. For sure.
It'd be a lion. That's a good one, man. Hey, y'all throwing y'all animals, man. I need to know what animals y'all will come back at. But I mean, I feel like now looking back at it, it's kind of a good question to ask a prospect. You know what I mean? Just to kind of see where their mind goes. You know what I mean?
Mindset, yeah.
Somebody come back and say a flamingo or something. Might have some questions about that prospect.
For me,
I don't know if I want you to come in and be.
I don't know, but that prospect might hit you with a crazy answer when you ask him, like, "Why flamingo?" Like, and then you like, "Damn, he be thinking, he in depth with it."
Who else we got? Somebody said, we got hawk,
a falcon.
We got goat. honey badger, falcon. Lions really be chilling though. They sleep
Bruh,
I want to say 19, 20 hours a day or some
they be
shit.
chilling, but you know you're not gonna fuck with them.
They be sleeping and fucking. A hippo.
Hippo, yeah, for sure. A gator.
These some good ones, man.
Rusty said he'd be a chill dog. But I hope you get you a good owner.
I got to be in the wild, man.
Yeah,
I got to be in the wild. I can't have motherfucking feed me.
Yeah, you dependent on somebody else.
See, your ass would have dropped. You dropping a couple rounds, Rusty, just for that.
Just for that, right?
Now, if you said a wild dog, then wild dogs some gangsters.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody got to respect them. But yeah, man, it was that was a good process, man. I enjoyed that whole process. Black Panther moving side. We had some good ones, man. What else we got going on? We got the NBA trade deadline today. Any trades happening, man, while we been on air?
I don't know. I think somebody put something in the chat.
Oh, trade
that let me somebody put
I know Aaron Gordon, he asked for a trade out of Orlando, which I mean, I don't know, Aaron. Like, I ain't really seen too much out of Aaron to be. That's the name Kendrick personally say. Go ahead, you got it, bro.
Was it Vucevic?
Yeah, I don't know.
Vucevic traded to the Bulls for Carter Porter, 2 first-rounders.
Oh, that's a lot.
It's a whole lot.
That's a haul. I know Kyrie Irving. Not Kyrie Irving. Kyle Lowry. They were talking about him moving on. Last night, he probably played his last game as a Raptor. Somebody said he's the greatest Raptor of all time. I saw that on my timeline.
I mean, you can't argue that.
That's tough. I mean, when I think Raptors, I think Vince Carter first.
Why though?
I mean, I feel like he made the Raptors relevant. He was great. He had a great career. Obviously, the iconic dunk contest, but he was more than a dunker. He was good. Played for 25 years it seems. But I feel like Vince put them on the map. Obviously, he didn't win the chip. So I would say, if I had to think about it, I would say Vince Carter is the greatest Raptor of all time. But like you said, it's hard to argue Kyle. Been there his whole career, been a champion, won the championship. DeMar DeRozan obviously has some great years there as well. Yeah. T-Mac, I love T-Mac as well. Who would you? Chris Bosh. He wasn't there long, but
I'm not with you too. Just when you think about when the organization came in. I think that's when we really I can say it for myself, that's when you really was starting to tap into the game of basketball. Obviously, you think of the iconic dunk contest, you think about Vince Carter in that Raptors jersey. Mm-hmm. But then just as far like how long, Kyle Lowry has been there, like you said, he got a chip. Look at his numbers. Shit, like you can't argue that. I mean, it's definitely gonna be your personal opinion. But Rob,
but Kyle gonna go underappreciated, because he didn't put up, like you said, he did a lot of dirty work. Did a lot of dirty work. I respect the hell out of Kyle Lowry as a pro. I saw him in college, been them Big East days. He's been a dog. But like you said, players, athletes, they know the value that he brings, to the locker room, to the team, to the organization. Being that stability, ups, downs, and for him to finally get a chip, I'm sure he means a lot to that organization, that city. But I would go with Vince Sanity, man. That was one of my favorite players ever. So Vince Sanity. But another guy who's a glue guy, a dirty work guy, Draymond Green, Golden State Warriors. You know what I mean? Hey, one of my favorite. I rarely let Draymond slander fly around me. I respect the hell out of Draymond, but he came out with some some statements that may be viewed as outlandish to some people. He said he views himself as the greatest defender of all time.
So now we gotta ask, like, what type of defender are we talking about? Like, are we talking about on-ball defender?
We're talking about defender.
Are we talking about, like, that's rough because
there are different categories, though. You're right.
Yeah, different categories. On-ball, perimeter,
protectors.
Yeah. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Because if you're thinking about defenders, what's some of the names that come to mind? I'll say Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, Dennis Rodman. You know Obviously, Olajuwon.
Dikembe Mutombo.
Coming up, it was more so the big men. They were Lonzo Moore. I'm from Miami.
But you got things like Scottie Pippen. You know what I'm saying?
Tony Allen. From the time I saw Tony Allen,
and it's crazy. So they had a back and forth yesterday.
I peeped that.
Yeah.
The glove.
The glove.
Obviously, Jordan, Kobe. Now, I personally think Jordan got a little more. He got a little more. I mean, they put a little more smoke on his defense than it actually. I don't think his defense was all.
Man, but you got to think. Scotty was always taking number one, so
he was taking the ones, and then who were the two guards back in the '90s that MJ was checking, bro? Like,
right.
I'm not impressed with you locking up Hornacek and Dan Marley and
yeah,
you know what I mean. But that's the GOAT, so I ain't gonna get it. But Draymond, man, once again, it's the things that don't show up on the stat sheet. Calling out rotations, hustling,
being that vocal leader, knowing what
Ben Wallace and some names,
knowing what the team's going to do, you know what I mean, and getting your guys in place. So that's why I would love to hear his explanation of why he considers himself the best defender of all time. Because I'm pretty sure he will give you a great answer, like, this is what I do, this is what I bring to the table. He'll probably bring some numbers, some stats and some numbers, but some of the names he
got one Defensive Player of the Year award, which some of those awards are kind of politics, because I don't think Scotty has a Defensive Player of the Year. I don't think Tony Allen has one. Kawhi got multiple. Kawhi Leonard, damn, I forgot about the claw. But Tim Duncan, Garnett, it's so many great defenders over the years, so it's hard to just say one because, like you said, there's so many different types too.
Yeah.
But for Draymond in the era that he's played in, that he's still playing in, being able to say you won 3 championships against LeBron. Obviously, he wasn't doing the bulk of the scoring, but once again, the general on defense.
Shoot, just even think about on his team. Shit, somebody can say Klay Thompson might be the best defender.
Hell no. No, on their team, well, Klay Thompson. Yeah, Iggy was a great defender as well.
Iggy was a great defender. Yeah. Shoot, don't sleep on Klay now.
No, Klay. One of my favorite two guards on both ends of the court. Yeah. He definitely hold it down on that perimeter. But it's a different game, man. It's a space game. Everybody can shoot now. Draymond is going to guard a variety of players. So I'll say this: the defenders that I've seen, I'll put Draymond in my top 5. I put mine in my top 5. I saw Shannon Sharp. He said he wouldn't even put him in his top 20. I think that's disrespectful.
You say you put Draymond in your top 5?
I put Draymond in my top 5 defenders. That Warriors dynasty don't happen
all time.
Draymond. I mean, I wouldn't say all time. I'm talking about just the guys that I watch, like really watch.
Yeah.
I would say probably age 14 and up, what I knew what the hell I was watching. I knew what was going on. I'll put him and like I said, it's not just perimeter, like Scottie Pippen, Kawhi, Tony Allen, like those would be my
deep but
and rebounding is the end of defense.
I don't know deep but
that's how you end the defensive possession, grabbing a rebound. So
we lean on you when we talking about NBA basketball.
Top 5, bro. You can't top 5, bro. He does multiple things. He's the catalyst of that team's defense. Okay, you don't win championships without defense. He won 3 championships.
I'm not putting him in front of Gary Payton. I'm not even gonna put him in front of Tony Allen, honestly. I'm not gonna put him in front of Scottie Pippen. I'm not gonna put him in front of Kobe. I'm not gonna put him in front of Mutombo. That's 5 right there. Like, that's
your list. That's a solid list. You tell me another cat that got 100 mil and average 8 points a game.
Rodman, you know what I mean? Like his.
Right now, Rodman up there.
I don't know how.
He too.
Rodman. So like, whew.
I'm going with Dre, man.
I,
Dre in the top 5. Y'all not gonna disrespect Dre like that. No, my watch. 3 chips in the Bron era, and you saw the one where he got suspended. That was the one where Bron came back 3-1.
Look at here, man. Like y'all heard it here. Y'all heard it here. Now, like I said, man, we lean on D-Butt on some of this NBA talk.
Somebody said Rudy Gobert. That's a rim protector, man. When you got one job to do, that's different. You stand in front of the rim and you come to the rim, and that's different. It's part of defense, absolutely. But you're doing one thing, man. Draymond, he does it all on defense. I done seen him on point guards. I done seen him on 2s, 3s, 4s. Give me Draymond.
I respect
Junkyard dog.
I respect it. I know I don't. I don't respect that
shit. hey, Mike Warren. 100 mil, you averaging 8 points in your career. You show me somebody else that do that.
Hey, they gotta. Nah, Dennis Rodman. Well, the money was different then, but shit, that'd have been Dennis Rodman.
Rodman was also averaging he was leading the league in rebounds too, and guarding 1 through. Rodman was locking that MJ shit up back in the day too a little bit. Low key was a
Pistons, bro.
But
that shit was different.
Draymond top 5 energy guy. I give you that. Hey, energy counts though.
No, I do. Guys do feed off of that. They feed off of that.
Especially on defense. Defense is about effort, man. So I see there's not a lot of people that agree with me. Okay.
You jump out. It's like every 2 weeks you'll jump out there and you'll say some crazy shit on here. You know what I mean? I gotta throw that rod out there and save you, reel you back in.
Nah, man, I'm gonna stand by that. I done been in a lot of arguments about Dre. He disrespected, but those guys that they shit don't show up on the stat sheet. They always gonna be disrespected. Hey, this a whole another episode for another day. I don't want to mess your name up. DeVesco Pierre. He said D is taking a magnifying glass to the legend of MJ. MJ the GOAT. Don't want to get that twisted. Well, one of the GOATs. I got LeBron, 1A, 1B. But it's definitely some things to talk about during that MJ run. But that's another episode. Who said? See, who is this? You about to get kicked out the chat. Somebody. What they talking about? Somebody just said the General David Robinson. I know you don't know what you're talking about. Come on, Uncle Rico. It's the Admiral, man. Come on, man. Get your shit together, man.
The General.
the General. Oh, man.
But sure, man. What else we got going on, man? We talked about the game last night. I think we both caught Texas A&M Iowa State in the women's NCAA. They was going at it. I kind of caught it. I caught it late, coming in from the little one's track practice. But they was going at it. They was going at it up until the buzzer, and then obviously going into the overtime, man. But that was a hell of a game.
Yeah, and A&M, they were trailing the whole game. Like literally the whole game. I think they got their first lead in overtime.
Yeah.
And Jordan, I think her name was Jordan. What's her last name? She had 35.
She was balling.
A&M Nixon came down, hit the game winner at the buzzer off the glass. It was. You saw the emotions after the game. And March Madness, man. I love March Madness, man. Never fails. Yeah, never fails. And I watched my Huskies, my lady Huskies the other day put a whooping on Syracuse.
Man, that's unfair, man.
So they're going back to the Sweets. Now that's going to be a matchup.
Because they got who they got?
They got Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark, another freshman.
She just dropped 35.
And she made it look so easy.
Her game crazy, bro.
I know she got some older brothers or some. Like she made that joint look so easy, bro.
Yeah, her KD comment on hey, she need to be in the league right now. And as a freshman, the thing about women's basketball, like that freshman come in, and she gonna be there busting your ass for the next 3 years. It ain't like the men where KD comes through.
yo, we got to deal with it next year.
John Wall, D Rose come through it and they out of there next year. Nah, she gonna be busting your ass for 3 years.
And again, bro, and this is what I said. I think it was the last show. Like, imagine her playing in high school last year. Like, she doing this against the top competition.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, in the country. So just imagine
honestly, in the world. That's the difference. That's the difference in women's basketball.
Right? Yeah. But I'm thinking about just last year, man. 365 days ago. Like, I'm in the stands and my daughter a junior and she going up against this. You know what I'm saying?
This got done with algebra 2,
and you the whole day you thinking about it's gonna get ugly tonight.
Yeah, her and Paige Buckets was on the same AAU team, same 19 and under team.
Man, come on,
they don't want it, so it's crazy, man. But I'm excited to see that matchup. It's on Saturday. I don't think they announced the time yet, but that's gonna be a good matchup.
You got to tune in to that.
Got to lock in for that one. They get buckets. And we're gonna have Renee. Renee was actually Renee Montgomery, Man-to-Man Pod alum. She was announcing for the UConn game. She's one of the Hawks broadcasters. She doing.
Shout out Renee, man. She doing some big things.
She doing a lot, man. I gotta keep up, catch up. Renee is holding down. Co-owner of the Dream.
Yeah.
VP. So she doing a lot, man. But who else we got? Obviously men's side, March Madness. And I saw somebody comment about the NCAA workout room and all that stuff. We talked about that on the earlier show. Obviously, super disrespectful. They got it together. Dick's Sporting Goods stepped up, did some things, but NCAA, y'all.
Yeah, Dick's ain't have to do that. All that money NCAA getting, man,
exactly.
They some crooks, man.
Yeah, that shit.
Crooks in suits.
Damn shame. But on the men's side. They're on the Sweet 16 on that side as well, right?
Yeah, Sweet 16.
Yeah, Sweet 16. We got some next matchups.
Who we got?
I know I had some ups. See, this is kind of when Cinderella, this is kind of when them when 12 o'clock strikes once you get into this round.
No, man. We still
So we got Oregon State
surprises.
Yeah, so the lowest seed we got left is Oral Roberts. Oral Roberts, they are facing Arkansas, number 3 Arkansas in their bracket. And you got number 11 Syracuse facing number 2 seed Houston. And this is Saturday. Villanova, 5 seed. What's that?
That Houston Syracuse is going to be a good game because you gotta come prepared with Syracuse for that 2-3 zone.
Yep, it's always a problem in March.
Always a problem. I was talking to somebody. I'm like, man, if you don't got you like 3 legit shooters that can shoot them up out that zone, you gonna have trouble. Yeah, you got trouble.
Yeah, Boeheim, he done been there. You got Oregon State, who just beat Oklahoma State, who we expect to be the number 1 pick, Cade Cunningham. Oregon State at Loyola Chicago and Sister Jean.
I'm going with
you go
Sister Jean. I'm going with Sister Jean.
Got no smut on her rep. Then we got number 5 Creighton at Gonzaga or versus Gonzaga. Number 4 Florida State and Michigan.
That's gonna be the one right there.
That's gonna be a good one. Shout out Jay
That's
Howard.
Gonna be a good one.
Fab 5. It's crazy to see. We saw Juwan Howard back in the day. We saw his whole NBA career. And now he's number 1 seed at Michigan coach. We got 11 seed UCLA versus number 2 Alabama. I like the Alabama squad. I like that Bama squad. And we got 7 Oregon at USC 6. The Pac-12 been holding it down too.
Yeah,
they've been holding it down. But some good games, man.
Great games.
Great games. That's a fact, Rico.
You got this one right.
Yeah, came back strong. I respect it. Bounced back. You got the Kobe jersey on, so you get a pass. You need some big man who can pass against that 2-3-2. Dump it down in the high post, kick it to the corner. 45, wet the J. That's a fact.
Yep.
High post from the baseline.
But again, like I said, you got to have them shooters. If you don't got them shooters and you trying to, penetrate that zone, and then like I said, like with that zone, make it so different. They got the length out there on the perimeter. You know what I mean? Make it tough, put pressure on them guards. So that rotation is crazy.
Yep. You still sticking with I think you picked Gonzaga to win it all. You still sticking with them?
Yeah. I want to see that good story, man. Shit. Gonzaga.
Wire to wire undefeated?
Wire to wire undefeated. I don't care where you at. That's tough to do.
Yeah, I wanna see Oral Roberts keep winning, but I'm gonna go with I like that Baylor team too. I mean, it's the best of the best, so you're gonna like a lot of these. I'm gonna stick with the Zags too. I hate to agree with you, but
I don't hate it.
I hate to agree with you, man, because you know how you be wrong, boy.
Shit,
loud and wrong,
loud and wrong. Hey, but I can't wait for this draft though. I know we've been going back and forth on the Jets, the number 2 pick. I can't wait for this draft. Who you think? I'm jumping here and there. Who you think your first corner gonna be off the board?
Man, I gotta keep watching, but it's gonna be either Horn or Surtain. Farley's getting back surgery. He was the number 1 rated guy for a lot of people, but that it always fluctuates. The number 1 rated guy rarely, well, I wouldn't say rarely, but a lot of times you don't go with number 1 because it's always about the team, what they like, how, their system. But they put up, J.C. Horn and Surtain, they're both, second generation, NFL, so they know the game, they know the ropes. Obviously, you see their bodies and how they built the physique and the performances they put on in the pro days. I like J.C. Horn. I like his competitive streak, man. I like that type of shit, man. I like that. Surtain gangster, man. I don't know.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
It's gonna be tough, man.
It's gonna be tough. But and then again, it's like you said, like, okay, who do we think can come in and fit our system the best? Like, what do we play? What's our main? You know what I mean? So, again, I think that's gonna play a big part in the decision making. But I like Surtain.
Yeah, they're putting the first corner. A lot of the mock drafts, they saying probably like 9 or 10. They're putting a corner with the Cowboys, which I definitely think they should look long and hard at that position.
A young corner with Diggs on the other side. I think you'll have some for a few years.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And it'll also be important for them to get some veteran leadership in that secondary if you got 2 young corners like that, because that's a struggle if you don't have anybody, driving that shit back there.
Yeah, just even to help them watching film and just help them with the process of playing that position in the league, because it's totally different.
Totally different
playing that position in college. So when you go to the pros, so
totally different. Yeah, but if you told me I gotta go with one right now.
Right now,
I gotta go with Horn. I'm gonna go with Horn. I'm gonna go with J.C. Horn. Pat Surtain down. Pat Surtain from the crib. His pops. I watched his pops play down with the Dolphins. That Horn, and not to say Surtain not competitive. He's very competitive too. But that South Carolina got that pedigree too with corners. All the way back to J. Joe, Gilmore.
Yeah,
like they don't put Captain Munderland. Like they don't put some guys who come in the league know how to play the game, know how to play the position. So I'm gonna go with JC. What about you?
I'm gonna go with Surtain.
Surtain the second, man. Yeah, I think both of them.
You can't go wrong.
Yeah, they're gonna have outstanding careers. What about these receivers though? Yeah,
my boy Rob. Yeah, my boy Rob. Devontae Smith. What's your insight on him? He's a baller, man. Like I think that's where a lot of people get jaded when you talking about when somebody stand up there and he's small. He whatever, like I get it, you know what I mean. But he play ball. Like obviously, if you got him up against somebody else, I think we talked about it on one of our previous episodes, either him or Chase, and I think we both went with Chase just with and I think one of the main things we said was the body type. But to knock Devontae Smith because he weighed in at 175 pounds, I don't think
170. He says 170. Which I
I
thought
don't
it
think
was
that's gonna
heavy
be.
for him, heavier than I expected. I
Or you
expected
thought
to
it was?
be hell yeah. I mean, the pictures I done seen the dude, man, and then seeing him play,
Yeah.
like I
That's
was
all.
thinking like
That's all.
160s.
Shit. That's what I'm talking about, though. Shit, you throw on the film, what you get?
Yeah, but yeah. I mean, we've seen Marv. You know, obviously Marv had a great career in a much more violent league. You know, Marv, and that's where a lot of people compare him to Marvin Harrison. We saw Ty. You know, Ty is a smaller guy, and you know
Even Chad came out and said, like, you know, Chad when
Ocho.
when we played against Chad, yeah, Ocho, like he wasn't a big receiver. You know what I
Nah,
mean?
he was
On the
what,
McDonald's
185,
diet, he probably
190
like
probably.
180,
Yeah.
185.
But once you get in that season, you know if
Oh, you definitely
ain't
going
no way in the
if
world when Devontae hit that field on Sundays, he gonna be a $158. So 164 with pass on.
hey,
But
look,
like you said, you a
he'll
baller.
be all right. He a baller,
Darren Sproles,
man.
no, don't put Darren Sproles. Darren Sproles was a rock.
Yeah.
Rock boy. But yeah, man, I'm going with Chase though. Chase the first one off the board.
Yeah.
And not only just for body type, but what he did with that SEC, and obviously Devontae did some incredible things as well, won the Heisman. But yeah, that Chase, I can't forget that Chase. But yeah, man, it ain't the size of the dog in the fight, the size of, fighting the dog, all that shit.
For sure.
Oh man. Yeah, man.
I keep hearing about Marv, man. Marv, my guy, man. Every time I go down to Miami, I see Marv, man. I probably say that the past 6 times I've been down to Miami, 4 out of 4 of those times I see Marv. I'll be somewhere. I'm like, man, somebody looking at me, man. Somebody staring at me. I'll look in the corner. There's Marv over there smiling and shit. I'm like, oh, gee, man. Tell us a good Marvin story, right? So Marv was quiet. Like, people were like, yo, was Marv really quiet? Like, Marv was quiet, right? And Marv kind of had his deal. He'll come in, he'll be in the training room, he'll be at the last table, and he'll be asleep. And, you know, the trainers would be like, they knew the time to wake him up, or whatever the case may be. And I forgot who it was, man. It was a young boy came in there, had his music on his phone going all crazy, all loud and shit.
Oh, shit.
So one of the trainers was like, look, like, you might want to turn that down a little bit. Like, Marv is over there sleep or whatever. So young boy, like, he sleep, you know what I'm saying? Man, boy Marv sat up and took that motherfucker hoodie over his head. Man, turn that motherfucking shit down. Oh, my fault, OG. Man, you talking about laughing? Bruh, like, that was good time. Good time.
Hey, he was a dog, man. I for some reason he underrated. When you start putting these top 5 lists, top 10 lists, and all-time greats, like, and maybe because of, you know, Peyton, and you had Edge, you had Reg out there, Dallas, but man, that the numbers he put up consistently,
yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, and like you said, man, it was like one thing watching in the game, but then watching it every day in practice, it was just like clockwork. And I got spoiled. Being that, you know, that was my first experience of, you know, NFL football, and the way it was just the process was just so seamless between, you know, 18, 87, Dallas, Stokely.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it was like it was crazy to me. So
no wonder y'all was winning 12, 13 games a year.
No question.
And then you got T.Y. Matter of fact, when we talk about receiver, T.Y. signed back.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it. I'm getting some static on your side from your side. Maybe mine. I don't know why. But T.Y. signed back. We talked about it on some previous episodes, how we want him to finish his career at Indy. And I don't know if it's going to be done. He signed a 1-year deal, $10 million, which is a good deal, especially in this market.
Yeah.
I think we'll see a bounce back year from him with Carson. I'm excited he's back. You know, you saw the love that Indy, the city and the fans were showing him, wanting him back. I thought that was dope. So glad to see Eugene back in the building, man.
Yeah, man. I think it was a win-win for both sides. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you. I muted. I had to.
Right. Yeah. So I think it was a win-win for both sides. Like you said, 1 year, 10 mil. Get in there with Carson Wentz and show what you can do. Have a good year. Sure, we can possibly bring you back. So I think it was a solid on both sides.
For sure, man. But he back, man. T.Y. back. Coach bring back some peace. Got X Rose back. Who else did we bring? Obviously, we brought Carson in. We signed left tackle from Los Angeles.
Yeah.
We're gonna see what they're doing in the draft, man. Somebody asked, am I really a Colts fan or do I just root for the teams I played for? I guess it's a combination of both.
Man.
Once you're part of the,
D-Butt like the Colts, the Dolphins, New England.
Now, I grew up a Dolphin fan.
There you go.
You know what I mean? Obviously, New England gave me my first shot, first opportunity. Learned a lot there. Respect the hell out of the
there process. You go.
Matter of fact, shout out to New England, man. They sent me. You want to talk about first class organization?
What they send you, bro?
I got this in the mail. I can't show you my address. I got this in the mail. During a review of our historical payroll records, we have identified the following checks that remain uncashed per our books and records.
But they cashing checks.
And may represent funds still owed by New England Patriots LLC to Darius Butler.
Hey, that's
check number, blah, blah. Check date, March 31st, 2010. Man, I want my books on point like that. You my first class. What?
Hey, that's love. That's love.
Yeah.
How many checks you think you missed out on by not cashing? But
I mean, it wasn't many. That was before I used to do direct deposit.
Yeah.
So I would actually get cash in hand. I would have to go do it. But it's definitely a few. I done found some checks before. Yeah, but hopefully not that many.
Yeah, I done found. That's wild.
For 2010, are you talking about 11 years later?
That's love. That is love.
Yeah, that's love. That's love. That's love. That's professional. So you want I might
so mad about them.
I might be Pats Nation all year, but first class organization, top to bottom, man. But yeah, back to my list of teams. Colts, obviously. Dolphins, and I respect the play. I respect the page. You got a lot of friends still there, so yeah, man, and my moms, man. You still root for your childhood teams, low key?
Man, I was a 49ers fan growing up. So it was dope for me being able to go out there for 3 years. I'm definitely coach all the way. And then again, like you said, obviously when you go somewhere, you spend time with them, you gain these relationships with different people in those organizations. You always want to see I ain't gonna say always, but most of the time you want to see your teams do well. So
yeah. Yeah, I mean, we ultimately, when you've been in that locker room and you done, it's certain, like on the professional level, it's different in college. Like them college rivalries, they're going to always be. But as far as professionals, it's a business, it's obviously a game, but you done been in that locker room, you've seen guys come and go, and it's really the guys, it's really the players that matter. So you want to see everybody succeed, you want to see everybody get paid. I'm a fan. I'm a fan of a lot of guys. I wouldn't say a lot of teams, but definitely a lot of players.
Guys, yeah, I'm with you.
But yeah, man, we out of here. Shout out to the Patriots one more time, man.
Get my man D-Butt right, man.
Yeah, 11 years later, big respect. But we out of here, man. Y'all already know what to do. Thursday, we'll see y'all. We'll see y'all Monday.
Man, and again, tap into our latest episode with Tyrod Taylor, man. That's out now.
Great episode, man.
Great episode. I think probably one of the best ones we did, man. Tyrod, man, he gets into a lot. Childhood, playing at Hampton High School, going to VTech, and then obviously his career throughout the league, ups and downs. So y'all go tap into that, man. Tell a friend.
Yes, sir. Hey, Swag. It's going right to Bitcoin. I put it on the. I ain't even expect. Nothing like unexpected money. Nothing like I don't care if I find $20 in my pocket. Boy.
In your pocket, boy. That's the best feeling sometimes.
Nothing like unexpected bread. But y'all hold it down, man. We out of here. Boo, 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 boo. Boo, boo, boo.